why do restaurants offer bread baskets even though they ruin profits? Now, of course, if you go to an Italian, a Turkish, or a Greek restaurant, often after you order, a bread basket is served with salad, with balsamic vinegar, with olive oil, all of these things. Why? Why does a restaurant do it? When, of course, it costs them so much money. For example, it costs the food costs of doing this. It costs the labor cost of heating the bread up, prepping everything, and giving it to you. And number three, of course, there's also the wastage. A lot of people these days, they think, oh, I'm filling my tummy up on the bread. Why am I going to do this? They leave it on the table, it gets chucked in the bin, it's wasted. So all of these things cost the restaurant money. Now, I think in this area of hospitality, here's where some of the archaicness begins to show. You know, back in the 80s and 90s, when you get bread on the table, it was an idea of showing abundance. You know, we're looking after you. But why do restaurants still do it? Plethora of things. The first thing is because other people do it, we're going to do it too. Sometimes in business, it's not always about business, it's just sheer psychology. The second thing is that when you do serve bread to a table, if you're lucky, for example, we're very lucky in Indian restaurants with poppadoms, is that poppadoms allow the customer to get settled, to order drinks, and you get your bill ticket back through the drinks they order. With something like bread, which is a lot more filling, it's a lot more dense, you don't actually have that benefit. And this is probably the smartest thing I've seen Italian or Turkish restaurants do, is they actually upgrade the value. So what they do is they'll give bread, but if you want things, you know, if you want like a very special type of bread that's, you know, cooked fresh in the day, it's an upgrade. So at least they get some of the margin back. But of course, the most important one is that with bread, it allows you something to snack so those customers don't get hangry when the food hasn't come out in time. That is probably the biggest reason why restaurants still do it.